me.
You gonna go?
Yeah, why not? Am I recognized? Okay. You're probably wondering why I'm here, Mr. Mayor. The reason I'm here because I read a newspaper article. Mayor calls residents dopey assholes with no lives, and then you start stealing the public speaking time. From what I read, you guys, in your new ordinance, you give 2 minutes later on, if the mayor allows it. That looks like viewpoint discrimination, and if you refuse one resident, they can't speak but allow someone else because they start kissing your ass, you're gonna face a lawsuit. So, the people who voted for that, you know, good job. There's many reasons for people to come and attend these meetings. Recently, a councilwoman was killed. It could be because of the political corruption. Philando, the Democratic Party mafia boss, and everything having to do with the strip club and all the bribes he took. And we're starting to hear zoning could have shut them down, never shut them down. A lot of corruption going on in Sayreville. So when you start going in the newspaper, calling your own residents dopey assholes with no lives, and then you start stealing their public speaking time, you know, do you have some kind of guilty conscience? Do you not want residents to come in here and ask questions with all the recent scandals going on, Mayor O'Brien? And when I was outside in the public lobby, you bullied me, told me I don't have to identify myself to you. In the state of New Jersey, I don't have to identify myself unless I commit a crime. And I don't understand why the last attorney was trying to tell me when we come up here we have to identify ourselves. No, we don't. The Open Public Meetings Act says when it's the public's time to speak, let them speak. At the same time, Daniel's Law, if someone comes up here and they're a covered person under Daniel's Law, and you broadcast their address, this township could be liable for putting that person's life at risk because you're bullying somebody. You're trying to violate someone's Fourth Amendment right just so they can express their First Amendment right. And Mayor O'Brien, you're supposed to be a Republican. You're supposed to, you know, I don't understand what I'm seeing here in Sayreville. Absolutely disgusting. Do you want to apologize for how we were treated? Are you aware that COVID's on the rise again? There's all these new variants and no one up there's wearing a mask, but you want to bully me for wearing a mask? We're trying to flatten the curve. Governor Murphy says we got to flatten the curve. Okay.
You want to go? I'm El Rampador. I have my hand up. I've had my hand up since August, since I was at this meeting. I went to a Zoom meeting, and they said that Kennedy O'Brien took away Zoom access for the disabled vets. I said, no. I said, there's Zoom access. I'm going to go to the meeting tonight. I went on the Zoom meeting, and I'm going to raise and lower my hand now. But this one here in the black was playing patty cake with me. Literally, I raised my hand, and she would lower my hand. I would raise my hand, and she would lower my hand. I would raise my hand, and she would lower my hand. For 20 minutes, she did this. She had the energy to take away my First Amendment right when it would take less energy to let me speak and enjoy my First Amendment rights. So this woman, I don't know her name, but she's going to be named in my tort claim as well as the rest of you because you took away my First Amendment rights. You took away rights for the disabled. Now, what's funny is you'll use disabled vets, you use vets for political theater, but you take their disabled vets' access away. And from what I understand, you have a disabled son, and which really, I'm wondering what the disconnect is, because you took away rights for your disabled son to take part in your meeting. Now, if your son is verbal, I don't know if he's verbal, but if he's verbal, when you go home tonight, he should tell you, Pops, disabled rights are human rights. Disabled rights are human rights. Tell him. Disability rights are human rights. You should know that. 68% of Jesus' miracles were for the disabled. Where is your energy at? Where is your energy for the disabled? There's a disconnect here. I want to know what it is, because I fight for disabled people. I fight for disabled vets. You use them for political theater. I saw it. I was disgusted by that. You took away Zoom access. For 19 months, you gave disabled vets Zoom access. Disabled vets have been asking for access for years, for church, online school, online counsel, and they gave it to us. For 19 months, you gave all the cancer patients, the MS patients, you gave us disabled access. And then you took it away. You took it away. You. We had it under the last mayor, but you took it away. Why was it taken away? Why was disability rights taken away? Your own son can't take part in these meetings, and his caregiver. How dare you? I'm fighting for your son. And people like him, and disabled vets, and people that are in their deathbed that can't take part. Ephesians 6:12 says we are not a struggle against blood and flesh, but against the authorities, against the rulers of this dark world. And that's you. That is you. Absolutely disgusting display of Christianity and compassion for the disabled. I don't know who you're praying to, but it sure ain't Jesus.
Are there any other questions? Yes. Any other comments?
How you doing, Mr. Mayor, Council? I just want to say I'm remaining anonymous. That's what I did the last 4 times I came to Sayreville. Each time was a different borough attorney for whatever reason, I don't know. I'm not so sure why last time it was going to be any kind of an issue. The reason why, when you go to Trenton, it's optional because the state doesn't want to play those games. We have freedom of speech in this country, Mr. Mayor. People have fought for those freedoms. And you can't force someone's speech by making them tell you their personal sensitive information about who they are and where they're from. That's not the way any of this works. You might run the meeting, but you don't run anyone's life. So this song is called The Anonymous Anthem. And I never give a name, and I never give my address. I don't want to be dealing with the madness. The road to live on, the part of town I'm out from. Is it even this one? Is he rich? Is he scum? I'm just here to drop bombs and shoot missiles at corrupt government officials. I'll be taking names, creating change. What the heck, am I be writing me a couple checks? You think I ain't serious? Or I'm delirious. You're the ones whose actions are nefarious. What's his name? We don't know. Put me down as good citizen or put me down as John Doe. You don't need my name. You don't need my address. You don't need to know any of my status. I dare you pride and always try. All the time, government trying to take what's mine. Can you make sense of this? How this information's personal and sensitive. And I'm never gonna exchange the force to exercise my First Amendment. And I never give my name. And I never give my address. And that's the way it will remain. I never name. And I never give my address. That's the way it's gonna be. Every time that I speak.
Thank you. Are there any other comments? Any other comments?
Rebuttal,
Make a
rebuttal
motion to
comments,
close the public.
rebuttal 2 minutes, rebuttal comments.
Is there? Doesn't work like that. Is there a second? Second. Roll call.
Aye.
This time I take a motion to close the meeting.
I make a motion to close the meeting.
Is there a second? Second.
All right.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everyone.
I know. I mentioned his son, though, you looked up. Oh, yeah, you realize that? All right, well, there we go.